Welcome to Birds and Bats with FoxRadioNetwork.com. My name is Mackenzie.
And I'm Nico.
We got Nico, and then of course, as always, we have Sebastian.
Look at him.
Yachty on board today, and there goes his pacifier. His favorite word is waka. This guy waka.
Listen, that was a fun episode. We had a lot of fun feedback. A lot of someone tweeted to us. They told us to stop doing Star Wars stuff.
We'll never stop.
Because like the week, I guess, or the day that we had Star Wars Day, the game didn't go very well. Like, and so they're like, please, no more Star Wars stuff.
Stop.
So I understand that, but I mean, Steven said we could do it, so you know.
So we did it.
So we did it.
Can't stop us now. Ain't no stopping us now. What is it, the song? Ain't no mountain high. I have that song stuck in my head.
Yeah, it's funny because you weren't singing that.
No.
So today is September 11th, 2015. And I don't know about you, but like I've had a very emotional day. Mm-hmm. Like it's been, I mean, it blows my mind that it's been 14 years since September 11th, 2001. It
kind of feels like yesterday, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like at some memories and everything that I have of it, it's like, oh yeah, that was like what, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. No, that was 14 years ago. I was, in grade school watching, the TV in my classroom.
Right. Like I still feel like I feel like I looked like me, but back in the 5th grade,
Right.
Which would be a little strange. But
right.
no, but like
really odd.
I mean, like today we've been discussing about doing the show, and honestly, I'm just gonna be 100% honest. Like I didn't know whether or not like do we just kind of do a memorial thing, or do we just talk about how bad the Cardinals are right now? Like what's the balance? But like I think my favorite thing, what I've been like looking at over the past few hours, has been all the great stuff that happened for our country following 9/11. Now, I mean, the war and stuff, we won't get into that, but I mean, if you went to a baseball game or anything following 9/11, like the energy of that place was so different. Yeah. I just watched the video of Jack Buck's poem that he did at the Old Busch Stadium, and I mean, everywhere you went, it was chants of USA, and it didn't matter what team you were on, like, or you were a fan of.
Yeah, I think that's, I don't know, that's really cool about us as a nation. I think any nation, would come together like that. It's not just the USA, but, whenever you're faced with something that traumatic, as a nation, you kind of come together. You're like, I don't care if you're a Cubs fan. Sure. I don't care if you're a Cardinals fan. I don't care if you like hockey, basketball, baseball. I don't care. We're all within the same area. We're all Americans, and we're going to defend our country. Sure. And I feel like that was the feel for a long time. Sure. How whenever the Olympics come up, everybody's like USA, and then the next day it's like what America? Like everybody just kind of that phases, phases out. But I feel like for a few years that's just the kind of mentality that we had. You know, and I mean definitely on this day, on the 4th of July, and pretty much any day like that, we all kind of get that feeling, but this one's kind of stuck in our hearts a little bit.
Oh, sure.
And I think it's easy for us to say that because we were there, we went through it, we lived through it. There's a whole generation of kids that have no idea about any of this. And I mean, they know of it because of school and everything, and probably their parents told them about it, but
that's the crazy thing is for Sebastian, little Sebastian here, he's gonna learn about it because it's going to be in a textbook, in a history textbook.
That blows my mind.
Like, that's crazy to me. Like,
I just got goosebumps.
Like, that's so weird. But what's crazy is I feel like you should never fail any history questions about that kind of stuff. Like, especially when, because for me, I didn't have any family that lived in the United States during like Pearl Harbor or anything like that, and so like I don't have any personal like attachment to that. Because one, it's been so long ago, and then two, like I don't have any family that even remember that. They were all closer to Japan, which was a little bit scarier, I guess, for them. But yeah, I don't know. I think the cool thing has been just the unity and the patriotism is actually a really cool thing. It can get a little heavy-handed sometimes, but whenever you think about stuff like that, and anytime the country is facing a hardship, it's really cool to see. How everyone stands together, like even the Boston bombing recently, like stuff like that, like how everyone was like, man, like tough times like are really horrible, but it's still very cool to see how there's like you feel like there's like return to hope whenever like that stuff happens in your country, whenever you see people stand together for
I've over the years and everything, I've thought about, on this day in particular. Actually, today's my mom's birthday, by the way.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mom. But anyway, you think back in viewing the USA, and whenever something like this happens, it's almost like a family. Like, picture a family. You got the siblings and everything. You got whatever, this state bickering with this state, Alabama hating Montana, and all this other stuff. Just, inner bickering between within our nation. And then whenever something like that happens, it's like, hold up, if anybody's gonna punch my brother. Sure. Sorry. If anybody's gonna punch my brother, it's gonna be me. We would, we wouldn't do that to ourselves, but we would come together as a family, like the whole unit comes together. Like, you want to mess with us? Yeah. Okay, like here we go.
Yeah. And I don't know, like stuff like that. Like it's so funny because I think anyone who didn't care about sports like before, like I think whenever they would turn on the TV afterwards, you'd see how important sports were to people, and they kind of got it. Then they're like, oh, this is kind of a thing, like not to escape that stuff, but it's a thing where we can be like, life moves on. Let's go to the next game. Let's do that.
Right.
So I don't know, that was really cool.
But move on, move forward, use it as a a weapon to become stronger as a person and as a nation. Right. So
yeah, I don't know. It's cool. And speaking of moving on, transition. We have to move on from September, please, for us Cardinals fans.
For Cardinals.
This has been.
I love y'all, but this is rough.
This has been a bad month for the Cardinals. Real bad month. Like it's been. Bad. I think they've been outscored in the month of September, like 50-23. I think that's about the average there. Yeah, it's not good, but they're still at this point. When we're filming this, they haven't played the Reds today yet, but they're still 4.5 games ahead of the Pirates. Which is good, but this has to stop. This has to stop.
We need this to stop.
I mean, we got Matt Adams back though. Colton Wong is out, but he's saying that he's probably getting back in there.
Well, they're doing it's kind of turning into a game of chess at this point, like how far along we are. And granted, we're still like big scheme, we're doing really good. Right. We've had a bit of a trip up, but big scheme, we're doing good. But it's starting to come into, October's coming up, we got to start playing our games carefully. It's not just, let's get out there and get it. It's like, okay, no, we need to do this.
Yeah, well, let's be healthy. Yeah, sure.
And Colton Wong was talking, to an interviewer and saying, I don't think there's any point in me going out immediately back. They don't need me right now. I mean, we need him, but we don't need him, So, but, so they're talking about just get healthy, do your thing, we'll bring you back in whenever we need you. But we are getting to the chess piece game scenario. Yeah. We're getting there.
And I think, like we're still in a good position. We're still doing good things. But I think the scary thing is, you don't want to go cold at the wrong time of the year. Right. And this is getting very close to that time where we're like, we don't need to be doing bad. So, so hopefully they can pick it up. I think they can, but it's just, just a matter of, because you have to, like, this is the time of the year that I honestly don't care if you're doing bad in March and you're looking awful in that time, as long as you can kind of pick it up.
It's always too early to really say anything.
Right, exactly.
Other than just speculation.
So like now is like, now would be the best time for them to kind of catch their stride. So hopefully towards the end, in the next week or two, we'll see them clean stuff up, not allow 50 points in the past month. Jesus, that's so bad. They lost 11-0 the other day,
and then 9-0 with the Cubs, which hurts even more. Gosh. That's like rubbing salt and like a blister on your heel, and then wearing really.
It was at home too, wasn't it?
I was gonna say something. I think. Nope, it's gone.
It's gone. Yeah, it's gone.
I had something. Yeah. I don't remember.
You remember? Look at your head.
You look at your head. Just look at it. Just look at it.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. Tune in next week or whenever we film next at foxradionnetwork.com/. Birds and Bats. I keep on forgetting what the name of the show is.
/Birds Bats.
Yeah.
Or at, you can tweet us at Fox Radio Network and then hashtag Birds and Bats, hashtag Skywalker.
Skywalker. We'll see you guys next time.
All right, bye.